Cultural diversity refers to the presence of differences in nationality, race, language, values, and work styles within a workplace. In global organizations, diversity strengthens creativity and decision making, and research shows that diverse teams outperform homogeneous ones significantly. As companies expand across borders, including U.S. firms working in Japan, culture diversity becomes a strategic advantage for problem solving and market expansion. Leadership plays the most important role in shaping a culture of diversity. Leaders must set expectations for inclusion, ensure equitable policies, and model respect for differences. Culture diversity also supports global citizenship by helping organizations operate appropriately and ethically in host countries. In Japan, organizations facing demographic challenges increasingly rely on multicultural teams, making inclusive leadership essential for productivity and retention. Cultural competence means having the knowledge, awareness, and skills to work effectively with people from cultural backgrounds different from one's own. It goes far beyond tolerance. True competence requires active cultural learning, adapting behaviors, and applying empathy to understand how others interpret communication and workplace norms. For example, when U.S. professionals work in Japan, they must adjust to high context communication, where silence, nonverbal cues, and indirect wording convey meaning. Meanwhile, Japanese partners working with Americans may need to adapt to more direct and task oriented communication styles. Cultural competence reduces misunderstanding, builds trust, and helps organizations operate successfully across borders, especially in Japan, where respecting culture communication norms is essential for relationship building. Inclusive leadership begins with self awareness, the ability to understand how one's assumptions, experiences, and values influence their decisions. Leadership who are self aware recognize how bias can affect hiring, promotions, feedback, and team dynamics. Confirmation bias leads individuals to favor information that aligns with their existing beliefs, while affinity bias causes people to prefer individuals who are similar to them. Cultural biases occurs when behaviors are judged through one cultural lens. In global environments, these biases can significantly hinder collaboration. For instance, in Japan, indirect communication is a sign of respect and thoughtfulness, but a US manager unfamiliar with this may interpret it as hesitation or lack of clarity. Leaders who understand their biases make more equitable decisions and foster an environment where multicultural teams can succeed. Inclusive teams drive better performance because they leverage varied experiences and perspectives that spark creativity and stronger problem solving. For global organizations, it is essential to recruit talent from different cultural and professional backgrounds, then integrate them with onboarding processes that explain cultural norms, communications, expectations, and workplace etiquette. When operating in Japan, U.S. organizations should incorporate training on hierarchical structures, respect for seniority, and communication style differences. Creating team norms such as establishing reflection time during discussions or using written follow ups help align expectations and reduce misunderstandings. This strengthens psychological safety, which is a foundation for high performing multicultural teams. Communication is one of the biggest challenges in culturally diverse workspaces. Cultures differ in tone, directness, nonverbal cues, and whether communication relies on explicit statements or contextual meaning. Japan is a high context culture where silence communicates reflection, agreement, or disagreement depending on timing and tone. The US, by contrast, is a low context culture that prioritizes direct verbal clarity. To communicate effectively, leaders must listen actively, ask clarifying questions, and provide feedback that confirms understanding Tools like visual aids, written summaries, and simplified language ensures clarity. When leaders adjust their communication approach to match cultural expectations, they reduce conflict and strengthen global collaboration. Cultural differences can create conflict when individuals interpret actions or communication styles through their own cultural lens. However, when conflict is addressed with cultural awareness, it becomes an opportunity for learning and relationship building. Effective conflict management strategies include culturally informed meditation, using neutral facilities, and openly addressing misinterpretations. In Japan, conflict is typically resolved directly to preserve harmony, while U.S. teams may expect direct discussion to clarify issues. Leaders who understand these contrasts and can guide conflict resolution in ways that respect cultural expectations while ensuring fairness and clarity. This leads to stronger, more cohesive global teams.